Once upon a time in a university hostel was a woman named Adita who had a shop where she sold hostel essentials. She made her living from her shop, feeding both her drunk husband and 2-year-old baby. Her profit wasn't much to take care of three. She always ensured her shop was tidy. Adita was very loving to her customers and everyone loved her. She was always tending and feeding her baby. Sometimes her customers would come to play with her child to relieve her of stress. Every evening by 7:30, Adita would close up the shop and move to the market when things were cheap to buy foodstuffs. In her home, she was an extremely hardworking woman who cooked and cleaned diligently. She was also a prayerful woman who depended on her God to let wealth shine on her one day. As much as everyone loved Adita, she was unloved and abused at home. Her husband, Ibubu, was a drunk and jobless man, rejected by society because of his laziness and irresponsibility. He always beat up Adita and abused her when he was upset, calling her names and demoralizing her. Adita always suffered in silence and cried, hoping that one day things would become better. One day, Adita was attending to two customers. Her drunk husband barged in, screaming at the top of his lungs. He suddenly demanded money and abused Adita. Adita, embarrassed in front of her customers, asked him to calm down. Ibubu lost it and proceeded to beat up Adita while she struggled to defend herself. The abnormal man proceeded to beat up the baby, and that's when the customers present decided to release alarm in the hostel. This alerted Ibubu, and he goes to steal all the cash in the drawer and runs away from the shop. Unluckily for him, because of the alarm raised in the hostel, Ibubu is chased by a group of occupants in the hostel. Afraid and disheveled, Ibubu runs with all his heart, and everyone notices he is a thief. He is caught by three hefty men and beaten to stupor in front of the crowd. His injuries were so severe that he was taken to a nearby hospital. Meanwhile, Adita and her baby are being attended to by a nurse. Minutes later, the hostel matron comes to see Adita in her shop and hands over the stolen money gotten from Ibubu. Adita thanks her endlessly and she advises Adita to leave the abusive marriage. Adita was convinced, especially because of the safety of her child, so she went home immediately. On reaching home, she packed the bags of her and her little baby. The next morning, she abandoned all that she knew and boarded a bus to Ebonyi State. She decided enough is enough and she must live happily. Arriving in Ebonyi State, she went to her maternal aunt's place and explained her ordeal. Her aunt welcomed her with warm arms, saying, "Here you will find peace." For many days, Adita rested, her tired heart slowly healing. She swept, she cooked, she tried. Little by little, hope began to rise. One night, her aunt said, "My daughter, there is someone I want you to meet. He is a very good man." The next day, a gentleman entered their home, bowing with respect. He bent down, playing with Adita's child, until laughter filled the entire room. Adita watched with wonder. This man was different. He came again and again, bringing fruits, toys, and kindness. Slowly, Adita's lips curved into smiles she thought were lost forever. One evening, he walked her and the child home after church. He whispered, "Adita, you deserve peace. Let me walk this road with you." He held her child close, tears falling, but at last she nodded. Days became weeks, and her life blossomed like flowers after rain. Her aunt looked on with joy, for her daughter had found love again. But one day, the man who once broke her heart came crawling back, seeking her again. Ibubu shouted, "Adita, come back with me. You are still my wife." But Adita was no longer alone. Her new protector stepped forward. Her aunt raised her voice. "Leave now, Ibubu. This house is not yours." The neighbors gathered, shouting at Ibubu. He ran, chased by men, never to return. And so Adita's past was buried. With her child in her arms and her love at her side in his home, she found peace at last. My dear listeners, what lesson did you learn from Adita's story? Please share in the comments, like, and don't forget to subscribe.